Right now is the long-awaited speech Golenishcheva-Kutuzova, and I'll tell about her a bit. Graduated from the State Russian Humanitarian University, and for 25 years she's been working in the Roerich Foundation in Moscow. And she has a number of publications, and Vera Evgenievna Golenishcheva-Kutuzova is also the organizer of the almanac published regularly in Germany. Golenishcheva-Kutuzova, Vera Evgenievna, you are welcome.
Good afternoon, dear participants and guests of the Congress dedicated to Helena Petrovna Blavatsky. I would like to present one interesting relic. 10 years ago, at a German auction in the city of Trier, we discovered an old medallion of the mid-19th century. This medallion shows a portrait of a young Helena Blavatsky. It has the form of a folding book with a loop for wearing on a chain that is lined with gold leaf. The front part of the photo medallion is decorated with an ornamental pattern executed in the technique of black enamel, which makes the medallion look like an old folio. The ornament itself resembles the binding of an old book. In the center of its cover, there is an elegant flower. The base is decorated with 3 miniature opals. They resemble the Trinity sign. The shape of the photo medallion resembles a miniature book, which was previously closed with a lock, but now it is partially lost because it's quite old. This photo medallion spread consists of 2 parts, which have oval windows covered with glass. Below them, on the left, is a photograph of a young Helena Petrovna Blavatsky. On the right is her hair. Helena Petrovna was born as von Hahn, and later she married her husband Blavatsky. About the hair, we can say that it has a light brown shade. This portrait is a black and white photograph, which is known to have been widespread use in photo studios since 1839.
Портрет этот является черно-белой фотографией, широкое использование которой, как известно.
Again, I will say that it has been in widespread use since 1839 in Europe. The age of the Russian-German Helena von Hahn, depicted in the photo, is presumably 17-19 years old. The year of birth of Helena Blavatsky is 1831. Therefore, the time of creation of this medallion can be attributed to 1849 or 1848, which is quite consistent with the historical style of its manufacture. Thus, who could this photo medallion belong to? In the middle of the 19th century, such items could be kept in families. It is, there were so-called family heirlooms. As a rule, only people very close to each other could have such an amulet with a photo with a bunch of hair mounted in the next window. Back in the days when there were no such means of communication that we're accustomed to now, such photo medallions consoled the anguish of separation from loved and dear people. During the creation of the medallion, Helena von Hahn, in German, lived with her relatives in Tiflis. In 1849, she married the vice-governor of Yerevan, Nikifor Vladimirovich Blavatsky. After a short time, she left her husband and her relatives. Then she went on a long journey around the world, during which she endured many difficulties of a wandering life. The young lady depicted in the photo portrait has a well-groomed appearance of a mid-19th century townswoman. Hence, it can be assumed that this photo medallion was made before the departure of Blavatsky from Tiflis. This amulet could belong to someone from her family or relatives. How the medallion ended up in Europe, in the German city of Trier, remains a mystery, which may eventually be revealed. Having studied the face on the portrait, the face of a young lady, her hairstyle, curly hair, we may assume that this is the first to be known picture of Helena Blavatsky and the only heirloom in the world associated with this lady. We believe that in the future this photo medallion will be part of the exposition of the museum dedicated to Helena Blavatsky. Now, it doesn't exist, but we believe that it will be established in Russia and will be attracting many followers of her creative work. I would like to thank the organizers of the Congress and personally Evgenia Shaburnikova for allowing me to taking part in this Congress, for this opportunity to present the medallion, to present it to the whole world. So such an organization, such perfect management is possible if it is done by a talented manager such as Evgenia Mikhailovna herself. Thank you so much. Thank you, Vera Evgenievna. Thank you so much for presenting this medallion.
It was a sacred feeling for me when I was thinking about this Congress and this relic that we have. And as it was already said, it will definitely be the museum of Madame Blavatsky in Russia. You see that there are no many things named after Madame Blavatsky. With Roerich, situation is different because there are different museums and items named after Roerich family. There is an official research institute in St. Petersburg. And of course, there are monuments around Russia, around the world, named after Roerich. But as for Blavatsky, there is nothing related to her in Russia. There is a kind of suspension. So PhDs and doctors, it's your task. It's up to you to make the authorities think in this direction so that the name of Madame Blavatsky sounds with social pathos in Russia, because the time has come. And Madame Golenishcheva-Kutuzova has come is saying that there is no museum, let's make it, let's establish it. Thank you so much. The relic is heart-burning, with great energy coming from it. Of course, it's also thanks to you, and thanks to your gratitude to Madame Blavatsky. It's crucial. Thank you. Applause from the hall for you. I'd like to add that if the museum of Madame Blavatsky is established, I'm ready to give this locket to it. Thank you so much.